Hey everyone, it's D9 here. D9 Robot, you might know me as with my hip hop productions, but today I'm going to teach you how to make a basic house beat on Logic Pro 10. And yeah, first off, to get started, let's just bring out actually a brand new project so you guys can kind of feel how it is right from the beginning. Got that cool guy from Synth right there. All right, we're going to start a new project here with software instrument. I like to go with about 5 to get started. I just add them as I go along. Okay, and I start here. I really like coming down here first, choosing Ultra Beat. That's what I use for a lot of my drums. And I really like the drum kit Epic Electro. It sounds pretty good. As you can see, that's a pretty nice, easy way to get started. Now, if I was doing a big, long song, I would actually go in and change all of the individual sounds to make them very custom. But as I'm just doing a tutorial and just showing you how to make a basic beat, we're just going to stick with the factory presets, as these are pretty nice in Logic 10. I like these a lot. Okay, so we've got this going here. We're gonna pick, I really like the ES2 synthesizer. This one's one of my favorites, and you can get, that's the factory default, but we wanna make sure it's sounding a little bit more commercial. So I like to come down here and bring this down an octave. And you see how you're getting kind of that commercial-like sound? Sounds a little too much 80s stuff. I'm trying to do a little bit more contemporary. So you just kind of play around with it until you get a sound that you like. You want to get your main synth sound kind of dialed out, because that's going to be like the bread and butter of your song other than the beat. So you want to make sure it's sounding right before you get into the beat too much. Because without that sound, you're not really going to have the song that you want. And to get good at doing this, you just have to do so many songs, so many different tries of making your synths. You just want to get that sound that you're really, really used to, that you really like. The only way you get good at doing that is doing it over and over again. Just practice for hours making these synths. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent just playing around making different synths. Okay, so we've got that. It's cool. Let's get kind of like a melody sound here. We'll go with the sampler here. And there's so many different things I can teach you about all of these, but we don't have much time. I just barely downloaded this on my buddy's computer, so we don't have many of the sounds, but we'll play with what we've got. There's a lot you can do with piano. Piano is one of my favorites to use. Oh, there we go. So yeah, you want to get a couple different instruments that you're going to be using. Now we're going to come in here and get a bass. I really like that ES2 a lot. let me see if there's anything else I want to use to show you guys. Let's go with this retro synth. It's kind of cool. You got to be really careful with this one because it can sound really cheesy. See if there's any bass lines in here that we can use, like a wobble bass. Like, no, I mean the FM setting on this I'm not super happy with. This could sound really cool. We can get some oscillation going here too. You can hear all the different sounds you can use here. I'm not feeling the retro synth on this one. Let's go back to the ES2 because that's the one I'm super used to using. It's a really good synth. And there's a lot of really good bass lines that you can start with. You can just beef them up a little bit more. Okay, and this is pretty advanced, so I'm not really going to show you guys exactly what's going on here. I'll do that in further tutorials. Just bear with me on this. I'm going to get it to be an oscillating bass line because I really like that. You can hear that whoa, 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 whoa. That's just one of the things I really like making. And you can change it so it sounds a little bit more like deadmau5. If you want to do triplets, you can do that as well. But yeah, there's different ways to really play with these sounds. Really just depends on that sound you want to get. You put some release on that. All right, so we'll go in here and we'll start out with the 4 on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4 is really bump, 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 bump. That's what a lot of people use to really get a house beat going. So let's go ahead and just get that started here. And that's the basic beat that you're going to want to do. You want to come in here, you want to make sure it's always quantized. Select all, Apple A, quantize that, make sure it's right on beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm not really going to make this a very long song, so we're just going to do a four measure intro. So here we go. And then you do the basic like, and then ksh. It's just kind of we're showing you everything really quickly, and so this is just a quick build up that we're going to show you. So you're going to come in here and quantize this. Make sure you select all and then quantize. Let me try this out. All right. So now we're going to come in here. You always want to record your kick, your snare, your clap, your hi-hats on different tracks, because it's going to give you a lot fuller sound, and you can bus them to different buses, and you can, it makes it a lot easier. I mean, when you're miking a drum kit for a rock band, you don't just have one giant microphone recording the whole drums. You have a drum mic on the hi-hats, the bass drum. And so you want them on different tracks so you can mix the song well later on. And as far as that really that you hear right before the drop in most songs, you want that to be So we can take this one. Let's just take this one right here. We will put some effects on it. Stereo delay is one of my favorites. I want that kind of lower. We want it to mainly be a bunch of reverb. And you can try and do some reverse EQ if you want. That's really popular right now in dance music. Let's try that. We're gonna have to manipulate that a little bit to make sure the timing's right on. Yeah, and then right after that you have the bass drop, or you have your little line come in. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come in here. I don't really like anything other than the build-up. So I'm going to get rid of that snare drum, but I still want that build-up sound. So we'll automate the volume right there. And then you can have your melody lines come in. Okay, now you also want to have, see our main instrument here. See if it sounds good to have a little piano intro. Sure, let's just do that. For the sake of time, let's go with that. It sounded pretty nice. All right, that was pretty cool. I actually kind of like that. And we always want to come in here. This is an absolute must. And you Apple A and quantize that because you want it to sound right on. And then we're going to want to get, let's see. Oh, I like that. Let's hear what that sounds like. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I should have just been recording that. That didn't sound right. All right, well, let's just loop that because it's pretty much just the same thing twice. Come in here. Kind of want to put a little reverb on that. Okay, so what I want to do to make that build up a little bit more epic is put that snare right at the end. So it's whoosh-ka. It kind of sounds like I'm playing Street Fighter right now. Whoosh-ka, yeah, Hadouken. All right. So we'll get that same one. Okay, and this button right here is to just duplicate your track. It gives you the same exact thing. So I have the same drum kit here. I'm just duplicating it, and now I'll just have, you know, that snare. And I'll just okay, but yeah, we still got that. Got to turn that off. Let's turn off the stereo delay. Okay. I think I'll make a build or a snare drop with like a bunch of different instruments. Okay, so it's kind of tough. You can see my hands are like crunching. And then we'll put some effects on it to make it sound really pro. Yeah, that sounds dope. Okay. Now, while I'm dealing with some of these effects, I want to also thank my good bestest friend in the world, Brad Conadaris, for setting this whole thing up. It was not easy to set up this video. Might seem like all this stuff is just super easy, but no, it's not. It takes a lot of time, so thanks a ton, Brad. And also, as always, Rock Canyon Studios, we would not have this amazing place to film if it wasn't for these guys. So make sure you check out all their stuff too. All right, so now we've got this going on here. You want to take off that reverse. We're going to make that sound really epic. I might have overdone it a little bit, but let's check it out. No, that sounds good. That's like a good drop, like bam. So let's try it with the swell. Bum, 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 bim, ba, da, bum, bum. Okay, all right. So now that we've got that, we're going to build the beat, the basic beat that we're going to have for the song. And I'm going to start, because I know I'm going to need the kick, the snare, the clap, you know, a couple things like that. So I just started up a bunch of different ones. Oh man, I got to get rid of these because there's all that reverb and stuff on those. So what I need to do is take one that doesn't have all the effects on it, and I need to copy that one a bunch of times. And I can just use this again because this is just the kick drum. I'll just use that for the kick drum. Okay, and the basic, we're just going to do a really basic, you know, kind of. You know, the I'll make one of those kind of songs here. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna record that. Let's get this going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Bum, bum. And you can throw those things in on the fourth. So always come in here, quantize that. 2, 3, 4, and then you just loop that a couple times. And we want to get our snare going now. Boom ka ka doom ka doom ka boom ka go ka do ka. Okay, so now I've got that. Loop that up. Okay, let me make sure you quantize that. Then we're gonna need to get the let's just play through it and see. All right, let's get these hi-hats going here. Come through, quantize it. And then I really liked that snare that I heard, or I mean that clap that I heard, so we're gonna add that in too.
Slide that out of the picture.
And we've got Dominic saying what up. Where was that? Yeah, I like that a lot, so we're gonna use this. Let's get that going. Well, look at me, I made a mistake. So edit, undo that. Okay, and then gotta come down onto this track. Always make sure you're on your new track before you hit record. All right, and always at the fourth, I like to throw in that little flare, you know, just a little thing to make it a little bit snazzy, as you might say. Okay, so we pretty much are getting really close to having this drum part done. What we need to do here is bring out another one, make sure that we kind of need that something that's gonna let's see which one of these is going to give us that really driving hi-hat sound. Let's do these on the upbeat. Make sure you're always left clicking also. All right. I want that more as kind of just an effect hi-hat, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Quantize it as always. Okay, and for the sake of time, I think we're going to call this drum beat good. And we're going to move on to the next part, which is either the driving synth or the bass, whichever I decide to do next. You know what, I feel like this is really a piano-based song, so I really want to get that piano like... All right, so I always kind of go through one time just to kind of feel. Okay, so now I have the basic idea. I'm gonna get that recorded. Sometimes you have to go through a couple times until you get something you really like. Let's try and get this third time's a charm, right? Right, and the reason I left that mistake in there is to show you guys how easy it is to fix stuff like that. So we can hear that, right, where I messed up. You just get rid of it. That's that simple. All right. Quantize all this, and actually what I'm gonna do is create a new track and bring this one down here because I want to give it a little bit more reverb than the intro had, but I want the intro to stay the way it was. So I'll come here, put a little bit of reverb on here, give it that epic feel, you know, because it's supposed to be an inspirational song. All right, so let's get back to that. I really like that oscillating, the bump, 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 bump bass. So let's play with that for a second. All right, so we'll record that. I'll loop that. So now I'm going to hit up this instrument and kind of try and get that full sound. I kind of want a little bit of a delay on that. I think it sounds pretty cool. one more time. All right, I'll quantize this. Like I said, for the sake of time, everything is really rushed and we're just kind of pushing through. But when you're doing your masterpiece song, you can work as hard as you want to make those sounds just perfect for you. Go through it one more time and get that solid. Awesome. That was sounding pretty rad, I gotta say. All right. As always, you know, quantize that, quantize. And yeah, so check it out. That's pretty much a basic way of like getting started on a pretty rad house track. And this is, you know, just a really basic generic way of getting started. You always want to make sure that your own style is in there if you want to stand apart. But yeah, let's start it from the beginning, kind of see what we got. And then when we bring down all the different pieces, you can really see where everything comes into play to really build that song. We'll loop it here and we'll show you that. So here you have your snare, kick drum, oscillating bass, well, there you go. There you have it. Well, now go out there and make yourself a really cool song. Comment below if you have a link to one of your beats that you made. I'd love to hear it. Well, this is D9 for camerasharp.com. Thanks to Rock Canyon Studios and always BC Brad. Yeah, be back with more. See you later.